This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
There is a podcast no one asked for. A podcast you never knew you didn't want. 3 beers in. This is the podcast.
I anticipate a deeply religious experience.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another bitter episode of 3 Beers In.
Clint's not even here this week.
Clint's not here.
Yeah.
His
There'll be
mic's
less
here.
cursing maybe. So this is Ross, and you might have also heard that there's Cutter
Yo,
and Joel's there.
perfect.
Yes. Anyway, so Cutter, what are we drinking tonight?
Tonight I picked up some Tupps Double Dry Hopped IPA, Series 13.
Nice. Their double dry hopped IPA is a very popular series.
Since we have
Well, since there are 13. Well, actually, there are more than 13.
Yeah, the 14 I know has been out. Like in keg form, I've seen it around,
But they released separate versions of some of the numbers, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's get to this.
Instead of like naming it something, they just do it by series.
Yeah.
Is that a seasonal thing or however long they've been around?
Well, batch to batch, they change it.
Oh, okay.
on the nose even.
That is nice. That is, very red berry.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to drink this.
Well, you're about
I
to.
want this in my mouth.
I was expecting a strong smell.
Do you not get a strong smell?
I have to put my nose all the way in the can.
Firstly,
the
no, you
glass,
didn't.
the glass should help. Oh man, citrusy and red and pineapple from the Azacca. Damn, that is good.
I know I've hated on IPAs in the past.
You have.
Wait, you've
monster.
hated?
I've been recently really into them lately. A lot of the West Coast stuff I'm still not as much into. The stuff that's kind of a blend between East and West Coast is hit or miss, but like the East Coast, the really fruity ones have been.
God, the whole room smells like this.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
You heard it from Cutter. He likes the really fruity ones.
Yeah.
Fruity from the East Coast.
Once you really put your nose up to it, there's a good smell.
I don't have to put my nose up to it, man. Jeez.
I've been doing a lot of cleaning, so maybe my nose is like numb to
Maybe.
that. I smell
Possibly.
a lot of vinegar and bleach recently. You know what? This is what an IPA should taste like. I don't really see anything different than what I would think an IPA tastes like, but it's good.
Well, a hazy IPA.
Man,
I haven't even tasted it yet.
there's a very strawberry-like flavor. That's
Oh,
in
yeah.
Really?
It should be.
it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because the 13 has 40% of the Barbe Rouge,
Barbe Rouge.
40% Ella, and
Ella.
20% Azacca.
It's got a slightly bitter front, but then it's like
Kind of smell that, yeah.
oozes strawberry juice like right after that, like a fresh strawberry.
So is Ella the Rihanna hop?
No. Wow. Oh, that tastes amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, that's so good.
It's okay.
Would you say it's 40% Ella, A?
Yeah, how would you score it? Is it 3 Ellas out of 4?
No. I was trying to do math in my head, but
4 out of 4 Ellas.
4 out
I was
of 4.
looking for Ella hops. Ella hops, it's I think it's important to know the hops because each series varies from batch to batch. They change the hops. Apparently number 2 is their most popular.
Do you guys get a dry test? Dry kind of fill after completing it?
Yeah, I wouldn't
the back
say
end.
it hangs out that much or anything. Yeah, so yeah.
It kind of reminds me, just the dryness reminds me of that one chili beer that we did at the club that came from New Mexico.
The
or something.
Sierra,
Yeah.
the Rio Grande.
That was really dry at the
That's
end.
good.
Yeah.
So the Ella is supposed to have a pleasant floral aroma that is backed by soft spice
That's probably what that front is.
Yeah. The qualities work best in lagers and pilsner, but Ella can be incorporated into pale ales and IPAs during dry hopping. It'll preserve some of the lighter oils that are more fruity and tropical, like in Galaxy hops. So Barbe Rouge is the reason really why I wanted to try this, because Barbe Rouge is really hard to find. It's actually a French hop, I believe. Which
that makes
somebody
sense based
might
on the name.
Might disagree with me. It's kind of hard to get here, unless maybe, I guess, your brewery. You can probably get some. So it's developed in Alsace.
Alsace.
There you go. That's what I said.
It's an Alsatian hop.
Aroma variety features notes of citrus fruit and fine red berries. Bring in a new sensory experience to your brew. Also, kumquat, orange, lime, red currant, strawberry, and raspberry are all represented in Barbe Rouge's delicate aromatic attributes. And Azacca. It's just Azacca.
No.
Named after the Haitian god of the harvest, I think. So it's tropical and fruity. Pineapple, mango, stuff like that.
Right.
Did you say it's an East Coast, or is it a juicy IPA?
It's a hazy style.
Hazy. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because it's interesting because there's like to me at least, there's like a kind of a East Coast vibe to it, but the dryness kind of mellows it out to where it's not like, if you hate those beers, you're going to hate this. It's like this kind of comes off to me like it's going to be very relaxing beer. Like if they put was it the CBD oil in this?
Yeah.
Like this would be like the perfect candidate for that.
Well,
I mean,
the Dank Sinatra is kind of close. I mean, not the flavors, but
I feel like
beer
there's
itself.
becoming a distinguishing difference between like your hazy IPAs and your New England style IPAs, because the New Englands are hazy, but they're like just juicy hops. Like they're all like just like wet. It's not like, it doesn't have much of that dryness. It's all like very, very citrusy. But like just the hazies can be that style, or they can be kind of this drier. Like they have a little bit more bitter characteristics most oftentimes, but that's just personal. There's not actually distinguished styles between the two, but I've also been drinking.
And have you been drinking just for 25 years?
I've been drinking
For
a lot
years.
more. I've been drinking for years, but I've been drinking a lot more of the hazy and New England styles a little bit more. And hazy seems to be the more predominant, listed on the can, the predominant descriptor, if you will.
Yeah.
instead of New England IPA.
Yeah, or any IPA, yeah.
And NEPA.
NEPA.
Cesar says that.
Aniba?
Also, he says DEPA, but anyway,
Anemones.
aluminium.
Yeah, I like the dryness when it cuts through maybe some of the bitterness, but at the end it's a little weird because it's like it's really dry. Like it feels
I love the berry flavor.
feels like it's sucking all the flavor out of your tongue. It's like I almost like licked a piece of cardboard after I drank it.
Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, they have 13, but then they have more than 13 because like on tap right now they have the Series 13, but then they also have the Series 13 Strawberry Sorbet, which is a milkshake IPA, which is they add lactose and it's a lot thicker,
but
less dry.
But the hops are the same.
Hops are same. They might have switched them up. It doesn't say on their website, but yeah.
I imagine if it's Series 13 that they don't. That's why you always got to look at the Smash IPAs, because a lot of those are like series oriented too, or they'll either change the malts or they'll change most oftentimes they'll change the hop that's on the inside.
Oh yeah, like Blue Owl with their smashes.
True.
Well, they have their smashes, but
Do you know what Smash stands for, Joel?
Is that the game we played in school
Yeah.
where you had a little bingo
It's MASH.
board? Oh, okay, MASH. Okay, no, then I don't know what it stands for.
Single malt and single hop.
yeah. So usually, a lot of times when it's written, it'll be capital S, capital M, lowercase a, capital S, capital H.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't really need the and in there, but they just throw it in so it's smash.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could roll through it. I
Well,
guess
it wouldn't be a
somehow.
whole word. But,
Smush. Smush.
Yeah, smush. You'd smush
yeah.
it.
But yeah, Lone Pint's Yellow
That's
Rose
what you
is a
should do.
smash.
Single malt, single hop, and then just like the logo can be like somebody just like pushing it together.
Is that what you were talking about?
Patent pinning.
Is that what you were talking about earlier that you guys didn't
Not
like?
earlier.
That you didn't want?
No, that was the Lone Pint.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mosaic.
I thought it was yellow or something.
Yeah, yellow,
It's all-
yellow, Lone Pine Yellow Rose.
Yeah, it's a
Not
smash,
yellow.
but
It's the Mosaic that he
the
doesn't
single
like.
hop is Mosaic. So this is way better. It's way better.
If,
I've had the Lone Pint. I'm not a fan.
it's all right.
I like Lone Pint, but Yellow Rose, I mean, the artwork is great. But
Would you go? All right, here's
I would
a
go
question
there.
for you.
Yeah,
No, if there was an option to have, and you had to choose one, that or electric jellyfish.
that one?
Yeah, I would too.
Wow.
I haven't rated.
It's just better made.
I've said it already twice before, and I've done it once already. But I need to go back and revisit the electric jellyfish.
We can try. We can do it all next time.
Had you not already been
Clint-
drinking all day on Thursday? I had Thursday. Leah was gone out of town.
Yeah.
It's all like I was all like, we should go grab a beer somewhere.
Yeah.
and then you were like, ding, check in, ding, check in, ding, check. I was like, he's gonna be wasted by the time I get off of work.
No, I left there like 9:30 or something, and I was like, man, I could go for some karaoke.
Oh, then you were
But I
way
don't.
drunk.
Did you go karaoke?
No,
No.
I thought about it.
Oh, at home.
but then
You're
I
like,
was
I
it's like,
karaoke.
You
at
don't
home.
strike me as the karaoke type.
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I think what he means is he wants to watch people karaoke.
Yeah, or just sing in my car on the way home.
There you go. Which you did. You definitely
I did, yeah, I did. But my house is like 5 minutes from Flying Man, so
that is
I only
true.
got through one
yeah.
song, so it's like, damn.
That's, yeah.
Which if you go
Exactly.
karaoke, that you're just gonna do one song pretty much. Anyway.
Was it 9 to 5?
Working 9 to 5.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
Something I don't know any of.
She was
those.
also in the movie. She acted in
Yeah,
the movie.
yeah. Dabney Coleman.
That would have been from the 80s,
Well,
right?
she wasn't
That
Dabney
sounds-
Coleman.
That song's
Yes.
totally 80s.
Oh
song.
yeah. Oh Jesus. Because nobody works 9 to 5 anymore.
Oh God, I wish.
It's like 8 to 5.
Pay for my lunch,
Possibly
please.
6.
I don't know. Only working 7 hours, and an hour for lunch. I don't know. Anyway,
Tupps.
enough to eat 2 footlongs, right?
What? That's an appetite.
It's a cutter's lunch.
Oh, 2 foot long?
No,
Sam's.
it's 2 quarter-pound hot dogs.
Oh,
Where do you
they're
get
not
hot-
a foot long each?
No, they're like the big boys, the thick
Ooh,
boys.
God.
Where do you get
yeah.
those at?
Huh?
Sam's.
Okay, I thought it was a Costco or
It's up the road
it's
just
the
a tad.
same thing.
Okay.
But yeah,
Sam's Club.
Costco
Awesome.
has better pizza.
Yeah,
Well,
my,
I think. I don't know.
my parents were Sam's Club people.
It wouldn't
and
take
Costco. There's more Costco's.
I think Bagel Bites make a better pizza than
Ooh,
Sam's Club
God.
does.
Ooh, man.
Ooh, those are good.
Microwave me a whole thing of bagel bites.
Tell me I'm wrong in the comments.
Exactly. Just shit on Cutter, not on the podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
Give us 5 stars, but shit on Bagel Bites.
No, not bagel bites. Anyway, my bagel bite. Anyway, so Tupps.
I was wondering, what's Tupps?
What is Tupps?
What's Tupps?
What's
What's
Tupps?
Tupps dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, so man, got through that quick. We might need to do a second episode. Anyway,
Uh-oh. What would that be about?
I don't know anything that we brought.
Pick a beer. That'd be a fun podcast.
McKinney, Texas.
Yeah, brewed out of McKinney. So they believe beer is a perfect blend of art and science. They start with the art of beer. This is from their website, by the way. They start with the art of beer, and for this they use a big dose of creativity, validated with their eyes to judge the look, their noses to refine the smell, and then with their mouths to validate the taste. So, yeah. They embrace tradition but break the rules as well from time to time in order to create exciting new brews. Once they're elated with the beer, they turn to science to ensure quality and consistency of the brewing process. Makes sense. For that, they use state-of-the-art automated brew house, hydrometers, microscopes, and other sophisticated monitoring devices.
Microscopes.
That's Live Oak has a whole biochemistry lab in
Oh, wow.
their brewery. Yeah, that might be going well, but they're crazy. They make good beer, so whatever it takes. So, but however, in the end, they always revert back to the art of a good tasting beer. So their beers are sampled frequently by a panel of experienced quality tasters. So probably just people that work at the brewery. I don't know.
That could be.
But
Wait.
maybe.
You got taste buds?
But
Checks out.
are you Clint? No, we don't want.
Or
that.
me, because I would be the worst of that.
This is what an IPA should taste like, sir. This is a stout.
Does Tupps make Tupperware? Isn't that a Tupperware brand?
I tell you what. So I've not had a whole lot of Tupps, but their full grown man series, all their full grown man series is just all you can see is like the nose down and like a big old beard.
Yeah.
They're all like different styles of beard.
Well, except full grown Jack.
Yeah, that's true. It's Pumpkinhead.
Yeah.
But the first one I
With
had
no
was the
beard, which I thought,
right?
Like it should have a beard.
I agree. Put
It would be really weird. But I was thinking, should it be like the inside of the pumpkin, like growing out?
See, I would have put like Jack Skellington on there with the Santa Claus beard.
Can't it just be Cutter with his red beard?
There you go.
Well, that's the reason I bought the Scallywag. Was the first one I had, which one it was a coconut imperial stout, and I was like, yes, please.
Yes,
and it was like one of the freshest beers I ever bought.
Yeah,
I think it was distributed or it was canned like 2 days before I actually like opened it in my house. I was like, yes, delicious.
Did these say when they were canned? Because that would be good. It does say drink immediately. So, 18/19.
On my birthday month old. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Especially for a dry hopped one. It's not
yeah.
Typically,
but I wonder what it would be like.
Typically, you want to drink your IPAs
as soon as possible.
As soon as possible, but
I'll get into why
after
you might want to.
After 3 months, they start really kind of tapering off.
I like to think people gave them money thinking it was just Tupperware, like those parties that people have where they invite all their friends over to sell it.
It doesn't happen anymore.
Give them money, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, I thought we were investing in it."
Happens, bro. It still happens.
Anyway, so they strongly believe that beer is greatly enhanced when consumed in the company of close friends or random people who will soon be close friends. This can be accomplished in the bars and pubs where you'll find Tupps beer. But you can also have the experience visiting their brewery.
Which is in
McKinney, yeah. Okay. At the brewery, they have created an environment that embraces the feel and the era of the historic cotton mill. When you visit the brewery, you will be immersed in the old Texas feel of the cotton mill and experience the past when things were slow and life was not so complicated. No, wait, that's my Cajun accent.
Sorry, my Cajun came back.
Tupps Brewery has a sense of place. They're proud to be in Texas, in the great city of McKinney, and located at the historic cotton mill. When you visit, keep in mind that they want you to embrace the brewery. So put your feet on the tables, write your name on the wall, and bring old bottles to add to their bottle tree farm. I don't know why they would ever want you to do that, but whatever. Okay.
Sounds friendly.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool place.
Do you know how long they've been around?
Oh, they did not say. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's say 2010, because all of these breweries have opened up since then.
But that's in Austin. McKinney is different.
Oh, 2016.
There you go. Sounds right.
I'm just going to take a shot in the dark here.
That's not in their. That should be in their story. Copyright 2019. No, that can't be right. 11 a.m. No, wait.
They've been around since 11 a.m.
2015, it looks like.
So they are fairly new. You're almost right.
Saturday, May 2nd, 2015.
217 reviews on Google. That's pretty good.
Yeah. People like Tupps.
McKinney's kind of far. We could go out there and camp or something.
It is a bit far. Not as far as Sherman, though.
Yeah. We could rent a cabin and get some Tupps. Bachelor weekend. You do another bachelor.
Bachelor weekend on McKinney. I got a bachelor party coming up here soon. My brother's.
Yeah. Old Blade.
He goes, I want to go golfing but I also don't want to leave Kansas City. It's like, but I'm thinking in January. And I was like, you're not going to go golfing in January in Kansas City. I can tell you right now.
So Cutter, is Blade going to keep up the naming tradition? Toenail clipper for his little girl? Or?
I think so. I think that's what he's going for.
Shredder, if they have a son.
Shredder. Oh, God. There you go.
There's something I'd totally call him Shredder.
Pink and sheer.
Ho.
Yeah. Just think of prick. Something.
Just a Ho Faux Show. Because that's your name.
For squirting.
That's my niece that you're making up.
Yeah. Well, it will be. But we don't know her personality. She might.
That's true.
I don't want to continue with that. Speaking of hops.
Speaking of hops.
So what are hops?
Cannabis.
What's the hops, man?
Yeah. Or what the hops. Also.
Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to both. Actually, okay,
I just learned today there's two different ones.
Before we get into it, we could do some shout outs because I always cut them out because it's in the middle of garbage. So shout out to Mike and Nina and Beck from Brew Crime. And also Pacific Beer Chat. Yeah. Same thing. Same guy. Same Mike. And Brian from What the Hops. And Savannah. She's down What the Hops. And AKXO. A fan on Instagram. So
okay.
Shout out to AKXO.
And Jimmy.
And Jimmy. Always Jimmy.
Jimmy's there.
Jimmy's there.
Hopefully he can get this series. Well, by the time it comes out, Series 13 might be gone. I don't know. They don't repeat the series. Anyway.
The one thing I'd say is like, as much as they pride themselves on like the art,
I like that this is very simple.
It is extremely simple. Like the most art that's on this, like the DDH is green, the IPA is black. It's all and then it's
simple
very
description. It seems like
this is the more scientific side of it, I think.
Yeah,
and then there's
the
it's got a hop. The hop on the other side,
like iridescent or something. Like
no, it's just metallic.
Do we know if this
there
is
you
what?
Go.
Do we know if this is what all their labels are like?
Yes.
All the
style?
DDH IPAs are exactly like this.
Well,
I've seen them do a TDH.
Yeah.
Tupps?
What?
A triple dry hop.
Wow. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Yeah.
I felt like I saw that on the shelf at one point. I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, they don't. Like I said, they don't tend to repeat themselves.
But it was a similar label like to this one.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Russ, like they don't repeat themselves. Like I'm having to repeat myself right now.
Nah. Yeah. It happens.
So, well, I mean, like, are all of the Tupps cans like this? Just
No.
Oh,
This just the DDH IPA. Anyway, so hops. What are hops?
What are hops, man?
Hops are corn. Not corn. Don't get excited, Cutter. Not corn.
They're corn-fed?
Hops are cone-shaped flowers of the female hop plants. Also called, or just, not also, well, also called, okay, Humulus lupulus. A cousin of cannabis, as you were mentioning earlier, but that was like an hour ago or something. I don't know.
I'm glad they went with hops. It's so much easier
that
to
was
say.
minutes ago,
Yeah.
Ross.
It just it has none of the THC. Instead, hops contain acids and oils that impart bitterness and a flavor to your finished beer.
So, where is it at in relation to hemp?
They also have an antiseptic quality. I was wondering that. I don't know. Still cousin.
Third cousin?
I don't think you.
Or-
Yeah, I don't think you can use hemp in beers. You can
Why
use
could- why
anything
couldn't
in a
you?
beer, but
You put CBD oil in there.
yeah, it's probably not going to be as effective as hops, though. I don't think we did use.
What
hemp
about the
oil.
Hemperor from New Belgium? Have you had that? I opened that once. Felt like I was doing something illegal.
Yeah.
From
You
New Belgium?
I think you said that last week.
Yeah,
I guess they're out of Colorado, right?
Yeah, the Hemperor. It's all like if you ever get a chance to try it, and you like super
Dank.
sticky, dank
oh God.
beers.
Yeah, sticky.
Like I said, I opened a bottle. I didn't even.
How do you
pour it.
describe sticky? What I understand
Like
dank.
sticky weed.
But, well, I don't know what sticky would be. I've heard people say sticky, but how would you describe that?
Have you ever smoked weed?
Like a
No.
thick, like
Then you won't.
That's what I.
understand.
But I've heard people say sticky, and I'm like, what does that mean?
It's
wet,
like just
like
wet,
super-
super fresh
yeah.
hop.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
probably like think of like super bitter, like marijuana, like just potent, wet smoke. Have
Is it
you
different
ever
from
had
juicy?
a super peaty scotch?
oh God,
No, I don't drink a lot of scotch.
LaFrog.
Then no.
I probably
I can't really explain it to you. Like other than think
Super
just,
smoky beer.
How's it not juicy then? Is it different from juicy?
oh
It's not. Yeah, it's
It's-
dank. It's thick and resiny. Super
Go
resiny,
by- go-
piney.
Oh, okay. So if
Sort
it's
of
sticky, I
piney,
see what
yeah.
you're saying. So
Resiny.
there's a little bit
Resiny
more
is a good
resiny.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that
resiny.
works.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's probably the closest descriptor that I can think of like,
Raisin?
for sticky.
Raisin?
Resin.
Devil's fruit.
Resin.
It is the
Nature's
devil's
fruit. Anyway, so yeah, no THC, acids and oils, bitterness. It also has an antiseptic quality, reason why sours are usually not very hoppy.
Great.
Because they need bacteria to be sour anyway. And the hops kill the bacteria. Anyway, so hop bitterness is provided by compounds such as humulones or alpha acids which they're more commonly referred to. During the boil, the humulone undergoes isomerization to form both cis and trans-isohumulone, which are responsible for the bitter taste in your beer.
I'm glad they don't use any of those in marketing.
This
is some humulone. Well, what?
No, they well, if you're buying hops, they use humulone, cohumulone, and lupulone. And anyway, so likewise,
wolf hops.
Yeah, likewise, hops contain lupulones or beta acids. The beta acids are not considered in the initial bittering of the wort as the alpha acid counterparts, since they don't isomerize throughout the boil, which is, isomerize, they don't absorb into the beer.
Right.
The flavor doesn't, so, whereas the alpha acids do. So, they don't dissolve into the wort. However, beta acids can undergo oxidation and slowly contribute to the bitterness of the beer. So you're probably going to if your hops contain high beta acids and it's an older beer, that's what you're going to taste in an older beer probably. Like if you have an old IPA that's 4 months old that has mango in it.
Hey Ross, why does my IPA go bad after about 4 months?
Well, because
they push their weight around.
Exactly.
They push those humanoids around. Like we're the alphas, bitch. We're the alphas, bitch. Get out of my way. And then you're like, why does this taste so bad?
I don't think humanoid is the correct word there, Joel.
So oxidation occurs over time and through fermentation, storage, and aging. At the same time, the isomerized alpha acids undergo degradation and reduce the bitterness of the beer, or really the bitterness of themselves. Anyway, it comes out of. It either comes out of the wort or it just the flavor just leaves, just fades away over time.
I got you.
Which is that's what I've heard people describe like an old IPA is like fade, the flavors fade.
So to say that's why you want to drink this as soon as possible.
Oh yeah, an IPA, yeah.
Even this specific beer, is this related to what we're drinking right now?
Yeah, probably. That's probably why they don't do a series over. So they put it out on the shelf, and so they know when it's basically packaged and like the series.
Are Tupps doing a lot of IPAs then?
They do quite a few.
Yeah, they do a few. They have this, and then they have their Citra Pale, which is not IPA, but and then they have their
Pale. And they have their the regular
IPA, yeah.
So is that what they call it? Regular IPA?
Well, it's just called IPA, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
To get a little more scientific, what's the difference between wet hopping and dry hopping?
I'll get into that.
Oh, okay, well, fair enough.
Actually, I have to. Yeah. I don't know about science, but
you have to lick every hop. That's the wet IPA hopping.
Sort
wet
of.
hopping. You just lick it and throw it in.
Sort of, but not at all. Yes. So also the
amount like jism's involved now.
That's sticky.
That's sticky.
Jism what?
Also the amount of time. So also the amount of time that the hops are boiled affects the bitterness of your beer. Since heat is needed to isomerize the alpha acids, you apply heat for longer amounts of time, increasing the conversion of the isomerized form. So your hops that you put in at 60 minutes in the boil are going to be a lot more bitter than the ones that you put in later. So hops are often associated with bitterness, but depending on what you're going for, you might add more hops later in the boil, since aromatic oils are destroyed in a long boiling process. So that's why you don't want to put your flavor hops in way at the beginning of the boil. There you go. You want to put them in last because otherwise all that flavor is just going to boil away and you're just going to be left with bitterness or nothing depending on how many alpha acid. Anyway.
Well, I guess you're probably getting to it, but do you know what hops came in afterwards to make it the flavor hops? What's coming after?
It's all dry hops.
When you say over bitterness, do you mean Clint?
Yes. Yes, he's not here, unfortunately.
It's Clint face.
So
it's not bitter face. Was that the old commercial?
Bitter
beer face.
It's Clint beer
Keystone
face.
Light, yeah.
Just Clint face.
Clint face.
Bitter beer.
Yeah. So
you should do another IPA. Just call it Bitter Beer Face, and then have Clint just like
there you go,
plastered all over the.
Well,
bottle.
we didn't do a CB Gold, but we have this for you, Clint. So, but since
quadruple dry hopped IPA.
Oh God, he'd love it.
You can take a photo when he sips it, and then use that face for the bitter.
Okay. So, yeah, there's also dry hop, first wort hopping, fresh hopping, or wet hopping, where just picked hops aren't dried, but instead they're brought to the brewery and then they use them as they would, regular hops. They probably don't use them because the flavors are going to be different. So, ABW, they do a line of wet hop beers. Very, very bitter. Well, I don't know about bitter. Very hoppy beers. So, but usually hops are dried before you use them. They're harvested and dried in an oast house, which is basically like kilning malt, but it's lower temperature because you don't want to, char a hop or anything. You just dry it, and then you can use the leaves, or they can make it into pellet form.
I wonder what a charred hop would taste like.
Yeah, I was going to ask, can you smoke them?
Know.
Can you smoke them?
I guess so. Nobody does it.
Smoked hops.
So it's probably not that good. Well, heat isomerizes the alpha acids, so it's probably not going to be very good for your beer if you char it. I don't know.
Yeah, but even like your porters and everything.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. It just be more roast. I don't know.
Hey, why don't you just create your own beers? There has to be like a chance for that, right? Like you can't there's so many new ones we found out over the last year. There has to be like a new variation that you can create. Like we'll just burn this one and see what happens.
Experimental beers.
We'll smoke it. We'll put some wood in there.
Every year in Boston they have the experimental beer fest.
Yeah,
nice.
So, nothing that I've ever wanted to go or try, but anyway.
I would go out there and try it.
Super weird stuff.
That sounds like something I would be
too
into.
weird.
What time of year do they do that? Like spring, fall?
Spring sometime.
We should try to get some media passes.
March, February, something like that. Maybe. Hey, how do you know how bitter a beer will be?
Oh, you mean the
Clint's face.
Yeah.
Is his lip curling?
Well,
all right.
Always. Well, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Actually, it was early 20th century in a chemistry lab. Some people decided to come up with IBUs, or International Bittering Units, which measures the iso-alpha acids in the beer, and thus the bitterness.
Which can be...
Basically. I'll get to it.
Tricked.
Yeah, which it was better indicated at the time, but now we brew a little bit differently now. So the IBU was developed as an analytical tool to help brewers discuss bitterness with some degree of consistency at the time. They had suboptimal storage practices that meant that hops could have lost as much as like 80% of their alpha acids by the time they reached the kettle.
Like kettlebells?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Kettle chips.
The
kettle chips.
Awful.
You shut your mouth.
There's no flavor. Anyway.
There's so many flavors. You can get so many different flavors.
Voodoo?
It's, oh God, gross.
Voodoo.
Gross.
Oh, Zaps.
Gross.
Zaps chips.
Well, it's better than the crawfish Zaps.
I'm inclined to believe you.
Awful. The regular Zaps are pretty good.
Zaps, hit us up.
They're pretty salty.
We'll pair beers with your chips.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Zaps.
There's a commercial there. No, save it. There's a commercial.
Ow, my anus. No, electricity. I don't know.
That's not.
It's not finished. We're working on it. We're working on Zaps.
I was thinking alien abduction or something.
Okay.
But
pew 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 pew. That's my Zap.
Ow, my probe. Don't probe that.
Well, it was Zap, and then he said, "Ow, my anus." And so that's where I kind of went with that, my ray gun or something. Anyway,
well, he's getting laser removal.
Anus removal. Hair removal.
Laser hair removal.
It gets hairy, man. Anyway. So the year,
cutter nose.
Yeah. Got that beard down there. So the European Brewery Convention and the American Society of Brewing Chemists settled upon the IBU as a common way of describing alpha acid concentrations. The IBU was never intended to be part of marketing or on cans or anything, just for brewers, basically. But it's on cans. It's used to sell hoppy beers. And when it doesn't really apply, I don't know. It's sort
marketing.
of applies,
like marketing in general.
Yeah. So from a sensory standpoint, knowing a beer's IBU level is in fact somewhat useless without knowing the beer's original gravity. So 50 IBUs in a hef. Hef's going to be around 1.048, which is going to be under 5% basically when it finishes out. But at 50 IBUs in that is going to taste way too bitter, while same number in an Imperial Stout, it would be too syrupy, like a heavy stout with 50 IBUs. Whereas a very popular stout, North Coast Old Rasputin, 75 IBUs.
It's a good beer.
More than this, I believe. I don't know how much.
Engine oil. That's what I would compare it to.
Tastes like death.
Tastes like death.
Little hair and tobacco in there. Just, it's good though. Yeah.
So good.
So, but yeah, so the number of IBUs says nothing about the quality of that bitterness. It could be refined. It could be rough around the edges.
No, that is something I can agree with.
Hop aroma and flavor equally absent from the IBU equation. You can't tell what it's going to taste like just by the IBUs. So I've got some IBUs of common styles based on the BJCP. Yes, BJCP.
You said BJ.
Yeah, and Cutter makes me repeat it every time.
Although we should laugh at, you said CP.
So breweries
He said
judge. I'll try to remember what the initials stand for.
Please
next
get my
time,
snicker in there before you rolled your eyes. I know you
They
didn't.
can't see it.
I know they can't see it, but
So Lambic will have 0 to 10. Your
Bex.
Bex isn't a Lambic.
Bex.
Bex.
Bop, ba-dop, ba-dop.
Yeah. A little late there, Joel. Wheat will have 8 to 18. Well, I don't think that's an American wheat. I think American
Hanson,
wheat
bring
go
your
high.
pop.
Oh, yeah, we got a Hanson. Come on. You're going to be in town soon. Let's
Are they still brewing stuff?
get on here.
Yeah.
Or still
They
have
their
a
own
name
brewery.
tag? Oh,
Yeah.
their own brewery. Nice.
And lots of
They have their own
children.
beer festival, I think, up in Tulsa.
What? There's got to be some tie into their greatest hit songs. Or
Oh yeah,
their
like
name.
I said,
Sure.
they're one of the most popular beers.
hops.
Their IPA, hops.
Hops. Just because of the name, or
Keep it up, do that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So a wheat beer have 8 to 18 IBUs. American lager 8 to 26. Kolsch have 20 to 30 IBUs. Pilsner can have 20 to 44. Porter 18 to 50. Pale ale.
Oh, that's a range.
Yeah. Pale ale is 30 to 50. Stout is 30 to 90.
Another.
And then, barley wine could have 34 to 120.
Yeah, like barley wines can be really.
And then an IPA.
No, what you just said, that's impossible.
This scale was, early 20th century.
I'm
They
just saying.
didn't-
No, I'm just saying that it's all like you just said.
The
that
scale went to
120 is
0 to
impossible.
100. No, I never said it was impossible. I never said 100. You can't taste 120.
That's what I was going to ask.
Implausible.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Like that's.
I mean, you can throw in a bunch of hops and have your IBUs go up, but it's probably not going to affect the beer after so many hops.
Well,
You're
that's
not
what
going to
I'm
get like any flavor.
Well,
bitterness.
exactly. That's what I was going to ask. So, like, after you can technically do it,
Yeah, you
100
can.
plus.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
But you're not going to taste the
you
100,
can put in a ton of hops
101 to
to
3.
your 5-gallon batch of an actual ton into your 5-gallon batch of beer.
Shit ton.
You're probably not
And
going to
it's,
get
it's going to be really chewy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really chewy.
Yeah.
Like think Cheerios.
It'd be
Or
funny. It's like, this is
Hops. Just hops.
I'm sorry. Think Beerios.
Yeah. There you go.
what if we do that in the future instead of like
Subliminal.
consuming liquids? There's like,
can't
this is a piece of gum. It has 300 IBUs. You can chew it. It'll taste like beer.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like this. Was it Scovin scale of the?
Yeah,
the heat,
Scoville.
Yeah, Scoville. There it is. Of like
Heat of peppers.
the heat
Is
of
that
peppers.
Rory Scribble?
Yeah.
He's a comedian. Sorry, I don't think.
Yes. I think, yeah.
Cutter doesn't know that.
He made the scale. I don't know that either.
No, but it's like the heat of peppers. It's like you really can't sense it other than like this
Fucking
is
hot, yeah.
this is fucking hot.
It's what,
California Reaper. Or Carolina Reaper.
Carolina Reaper.
California Reaper is different. I don't know.
And then you got the
California.
and then you got the
Reaper.
then you got the Pittsburgh Raper and the
Oh.
Sorry, Tony.
Anyway, so IBU. It's not determined by the perceived bitterness of the taste of the beer.
That is a thing that is...
Yeah, it needs a...
More people are looking for the perceived bitterness.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Like, how do you measure that? I don't know. For example, the bittering effect of hops is less notable in beer with roasted malts or strong flavors. So a high proportion of hops would be required in strong flavored beers to achieve the same perceived bitterness in moderately flavored beers. For example, an imperial stout, like I said, might have an IBU of 50, but will taste way less bitter than a pale lager with an IBU of 30 because the pale lager has a lower flavor intensity.
Right.
There's a lot less going on there.
Right.
So the hops come through way stronger.
Well, there's a lot more malts, and that's the thing, the whole malt thing.
The whole roast and the bitterness. You already have a lot of bitterness in a stout, so.
Well, to make an IPA less bitter, add more malt. That's just.
But and there's the thing. There's bitterness and hops. Hops don't just mean bitter.
It's true.
It's like this has a whole lot of hops. I wouldn't say it's. I really don't get. Clint would say it's bitter.
Well, it's because he read IPA. And he'd be like, oh, it's like, so pretty much.
I get like a soft bitterness maybe, but nothing like crazy. For a 7% beer.
Cutter's going to call timeout real quick to call Clint out. He said, hey, do an IPA tonight because I'm sick.
Yeah.
And we actually did
I was
one.
like, fuck you, we had a beer that we wanted to do.
I said, we had a beer.
What
We had
did you do?
the tropical squeeze from Armadillo.
Yeah.
What kind of beer is that?
It's a sour.
Oh, okay.
If you,
Whatever.
I will give a shout out to Urban here in Round Rock.
Hey! Okay.
Keith
They're
Urban?
just north of us in Round Rock.
Ooh. Carl Urban.
No, Urban Eat, Drink, and
Oh.
Food or whatever.
Yeah.
The food place is pretty
Is
decent.
that a slogan? That feels like a slogan.
How much
of a
are
place,
they
right?
paying for this?
Nothing, but it's like if you like local beers or Texas beers,
Under
they've
the
got
table,
a lot of good.
if you know what I mean.
No, they've got a lot of good good beers.
Clap.
But just shout out. Like,
That's what it's
go check
called.
them out.
Urban
Urban. Just urban.
Urban Eat Drink is where I go. It's downtown Round Rock.
restaurant.
Yeah,
And what are you giving a shout out for?
just the good
All
beer
the
selection.
things that he just said while you were talking.
Oh, did they brew anything themselves? Or
No, they
just-
don't.
They have their own stuff.
But a lot of local beers. All the beers on tap are local. So, or
Nice.
I should say Texas, or like interesting imports.
Cool. But talking about the Tupps,
It doesn't say how much, on their website doesn't say how much the 13 has. The 14 has 50 IBUs, so I would think the
Which you've already proven is
13
irrelevant.
is. Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I'm wondering.
As long as we're all on the same page.
Well, we can think about the range. I mean, you said was there a range for pills?
This isn't a pale ale.
Oh, I thought it was India pill. Was there a range for that?
DDH.
Because they're
stands
all
for
like
double
weird. It's like,
dry hop.
It's between 18 and 118.
IPA stands for India Pale.
Well, IPA is 40 to 120, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like huge range. So who knows what this is?
So over So over 100 IBUs, hop utilization is so poor that the number ceases to be meaningful in regard to taste. Although continued hop additions will increase bitterness, you just won't be able to taste it. So yeah, IBU is not relevant. It tells you something, but it doesn't tell you everything. So when, drinking a beer, making a beer, whatever, you can consider IBUs, but, consider them in context. There's more to it than just how many IBUs it says it's got. Because this is dry hop, double dry hopped, so it's got a lot of flavor, it's got a lot of hops. But, how many IBUs does it have?
We should guess.
50?
We should all. You know what we should do? We should all take a guess, and then we'll just write them and be like, "How many is that?" And then we'll come back to the next episode and then tell them. See who's closest. Price of Right rules.
But there's IBUs and then there's perceived bitterness.
Yeah.
And those are two different things. And then there's bitterness and then there's hoppiness,
What I love about
which are
the
not
term,
the same thing.
I was say what I love about the term perceived bitterness is that in itself is subjective.
Yeah.
Moderate
It's
to
like-
intense
it
is
de-
pretty much what that means.
It depends on the person, it depends on the beer as well. But
Would you say it's
mostly it's the
perceived?
person. Yes. It's like
yes,
how
I
much
would, Joel.
it's like if it's Clint, he's gonna perceive a lot.
And he's going to blame it on him being a super taster.
Yeah.
Oh, Joel, did you want to try?
Did you want to take a super taster? You get the box out of see.
Well, it's been here. I never put it away.
Wait, what is this? Something I don't know about?
Yeah, it was something that we took a test to see if any of us were super tasters.
I think you guys are just...
we've been drinking, so I don't know.
I don't think I need
if
a test to know
work.
I'm not a super taster.
Shock! You heard it here first, people. Joel is not a super taster.
Look, Joel is opting out.
You guys grab something like, oh, I smell it. I'm like, oh, don't put that in my head. And then it takes me like this one. I had to put my nose like in it to smell it.
Yeah.
Like I had to like drown myself in it.
It's so good, though.
And then drink it. And I'm like, okay, it's
so
an IPA.
You should do a flashback real quick to see how many times Joel said, "Hey, this is
what an
beer should
IPA
taste
should.
like. This is what beer should taste like."
I try to save it every time.
I haven't said it in a while, but
You
I was saying
haven't.
about this. I was saying
Because we make fun of you.
I do feel like this is what an India PLL should taste like.
I was
disagree.
wishing we had asked you on the Oktoberfest episode. It's like, is this what an Oktoberfest should taste like?
See, that was the thing. All of them tasted different. I would have been able to tell you what an Oktoberfest tastes like.
But the first one would have been like, "This is what an Oktoberfest should taste
exactly.
like." And then the
Like,
next
wait
one
a
would be
second.
Wait a second. This is what an Oktoberfest should taste like.
Yeah. Question mark.
You know what? One of these times, it's all. I think.
One of these days.
I think we should.
Bang, zoom.
We should prank Joel
Right to the moon.
and just do like a mystery beer review.
No.
And all of us choose the same beer.
That's what I was saying. No, that's what I
I
was saying
thought
earlier.
that's how we were going to prank you.
No, I was saying we should do that earlier with Clint. Like, just be like, just don't tell him what it is, and then it'd be like, oh, I hate that, and it's like something he actually likes.
But yeah,
and he loves the hazy IPA or something. Although he'd probably sniff out what he doesn't like pretty quickly because he's a super
Well, once
taster.
you pour it, I don't know.
The super bitch.
So so Joel, how did you feel about the first one? Were you a 1 or a 0? We didn't get to that.
I like it.
I mean, I think we were both obviously 1s. Me and Cutter.
Yeah, I'm a one.
I do think it is what India Pale Ale should taste like. But
Yeah.
it's interesting because it is dry hopped, so you taste it at the end. It's very, like I said earlier, it tastes like that one that we had out of New Mexico. That was like the chili kind of flavor.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Hatch Chili Lager.
Yeah. You remember afterwards,
Rio
like,
Grande Cerveza. Something Cerveza?
you remember afterwards it had a very like dry, like
Very dry.
desert taste.
Like
That's what
the
this has.
desert.
Yeah. If you drink, in my mind, you have to keep drinking because otherwise it can get really dry, and you're just like, oh, I gotta drink more.
Okay, but dry hopping doesn't make it dry.
Anyway.
Because it is like wet and quenching in the beginning.
Yeah, it
and,
was,
And at the end, it's like kind of dry. So it's a little
This
bit,
or the
this
chili?
One, this
Yeah,
one.
okay.
Well, that one is dry too afterwards. But this reminds me of that from the dryness.
This reminds
Because sometimes I hear like dry hopped or double dry. I probably had some dry hop stuff, but not too many double dry hopped.
Well,
But that double
if you
dry
had
hop
any
is like-
Blue Owl, you've had dry hopped.
Yeah, I do like it though. I'd give it a 1. I like it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's
2 beers in. Joel gives it a 1.
yeah. I think like
This is based on his first beer.
I only say
I don't
that
know.
just because I'm 3 beers in.
well,
What?
Ross and I are about to be
Okay.
2 beers in.
Yeah.
Give me another one then. It's very easy to drink,
It is very easy to drink.
especially for you. 'cause
You think it's
you've
easy to
had-
drink? I want to take my time drinking this one. Not that it's bad. I just want to take my time.
I'm gonna
Oh,
open
man, this one
I'm
is,
going to open a 4th, but no, I'd say after 3 beers in, like this is still a very enjoyable beer, as I would kind of expect from Tupps. Like they're very, very smooth.
Yeah.
A lot of their beers are just like
Have
very
you
drinkable.
ever had a bad Tupps beer?
I haven't. That being said, I haven't had a whole lot of Tupps.
Yeah.
They're not very easily accessible.
No.
I don't think they put out a ton
Like
of
you,
beers.
yeah. In their tap room, they seem to have a lot more, as you would. But
They're a smaller vendor here in Austin.
yeah,
They're not one
in the
of
Dallas and Fort Worth area, they have more.
I mean, they're based out of McKinney. It's
Right.
like, and I've heard that a lot. Like, God damn it, not Martin Ray. It's Martin.
Prince.
Nope.
J.R.
Martin House.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like Martin House.
Cody Martin.
I believe that they are self-distributed, or they might have a very small vendor, but they're very easily accessible up there in Dallas.
That makes sense. They don't have any guest taps, so they would be available. They would be able to self-distribute.
Right. And so it's one of those things, like there is quite a few more Dallas distributors. There's very few of them that come down to Austin.
Martin House has some crazy shit.
It's true. They've got some pretty interesting stuff. We do carry them here in Austin, but we don't carry
not nearly as much.
Not nearly as much as a lot of the Dallas markets.
Yeah. No, I wish we could get more of some of their stuff, but it's better to go there and try all their stuff. They have like so much stuff.
You could say that about literally any brewery.
Yeah, but they have just a bunch of crazy stuff that's like, if you buy a 6-pack or a bomber, which actually they don't do bombers, they do the 2 cans in the box.
Yeah.
Like 903 does.
A bomber.
The artwork on their boxes is really, I love their artwork. So.
Yeah, I agree.
But not that's not part of this. The reason to go there is some of their crazy stuff is too crazy.
Once again, go to any brewery. You want to see their crazy stuff? Go to any brewery.
So, but no, Martin House. They have a bacon and egg stout. Not currently, but they've done it.
That sounds.
And then
like
they have all their salty ladies. And the thing is, you just want a taster. You just want like that in a flight. You don't want like to buy a 6-pack of that.
And they only serve it before 11 a.m. So
they do not.
But I do.
You might disagree.
Those are like the more experimental beers.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what they do. They do a lot of that,
which is fine. But
so it's good to go there and try all of those.
Cutter likes to experiment.
Because it's easier.
Cutter likes to experiment sexually and with beer. I don't know.
You heard it here first.
So I'd like to visit Martin House and actually talk to Cody Martin. So, we'll figure that out. Make it on a Sunday.
I will say right now, it's like if you get to talk to Cody Martin, I would like to go to that episode.
I know you would. You'd like to go to all of our Fort Worth episodes, but
I would. But you never tell us what you're doing before you get up.
Going to Fort Worth this weekend, guys.
What are you recording?
Not this weekend.
God damn it! Tell me that you're going, and tell me that
I told you guys.
Bullshit.
Well, hopefully not the next 2 weekends because you got the festival.
Yeah, no, not this
weekend. And then
weekend.
you got my place.
Yeah,
I do my place.
We can do that.
Joel's gonna be all up in that Zilker brewery.
It's just gonna be Ross and I.
God.
I want to drink some Zilker beers.
I've told everyone that Zilker's overrated.
He's like across the street now, or on Monday.
Joel can start supplying Zilker.
I'll be walking distance.
No, we can just go down there and you can just.
Or
we can have one beer and then leave.
Or he could get a growler and bring it up here.
Why would I bring it to you guys?
I'm not sure they even
come to me.
Do that.
Because
they
I bring beer to you guys all the time.
I feel like they do. I thought they had growlers.
Well, legally everybody can. Everybody can.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I can. Therefore, I can.
And they can wear brass knuckles while they do it. Actually, I don't know if wearing the brass knuckles is legal. I know carrying them is legal now. Also, sending pictures of your junk cutter to people is illegal. Unless I ask for it. So
quit asking for it.
Oh, yeah, that was one of the laws that got passed, right?
I'm just dressed up as a sexy policewoman. I'm not asking for... Anyway.
The tits are amazing.
Is it very specific that it's genitals so it can go both ways? Yeah. Or is it specific... Did they name
just
out
any, obscene pictures.
Oh, okay.
Male or female genitalia.
Unsolicited.
Trans genitalia? Still up in the air right now.
Well, you have to ask for it. It's
Sorry,
all about
I didn't mean to get political
right?
there.
No.
That'll get cut out.
No, we can leave in trans. It's
we'd be sexist if we didn't. Is that what you're?
No, I'm just saying.
We're all inclusive.
I don't know.
We're all inclusive.
I don't know.
But you brought up that you can't send it, and that law passed the same time that we now can get
September 1st. Yeah,
beer to go.
Yeah.
So beer to go the same day we got that you have to get.
It probably passed in before, but it was active on the September 1st.
Which is funny because you would think after they've passed beer to go, there's going to be a lot more people sending.
Actually, it might have been in the TABC bill. I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like now that they've passed.
Wait, what is this about trans wieners?
No, but it doesn't make sense because
trans fats.
You know
No,
that,
they're quarter pound. They're
you know that they passed beer to go. There's going to be
Yeah.
definitely a lot more transactions of dick pics.
I don't know. See, and that's the thing.
That's probably why they
think
had to weigh that.
That's why they didn't have beer to go, because of the blue laws and
Blue ball
thinking
laws.
that's like, oh, we're gonna have more drunk people, and it's like,
No.
we just have better beer at home. It's, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been at breweries where people literally show up. They're just like, I just want to take some beer to go. I have my girlfriend, my wife at home. I'm going to take it to her. They don't drink there at the brewery. They just pick it up and go. They're not drinking.
Yeah.
They just pick it up and
I
go.
want a pizza and a beer. You can't drink
Well,
that here, Cutter.
I've never understood why you can't, but
Legal reasons.
There's probably still...
Legally, because it's
legal,
sold
legal
as
and logical.
legally, it's sold as beer to go, so you can't drink it there. Also, it's cheap. I guess it's cheaper.
Than buying half a gallon of pints. So
But
Yeah.
but like,
Thank you.
I mean, I've talked to a lot of distributors that are self-distributed. It's like Live Oak's a perfect example. Here in
Yeah.
Austin, there's I mean, in Texas, they're self-distributed.
Oh man, it's crazy how they have so much beer.
Literally, they have a wall
Yeah,
that they used to like go. It's like, hey, here's an invoice.
Mm-hmm.
Just sign off on it. It's all like, and then literally they could have essentially a concession stand on the outside of the building saying, hey, here we go. That's kind of how the law works in Texas. It's a giant loophole. I'm sure there's more.
Well, you have to have a wholesaler and then a retail. Well, they were self-distributed. That's right.
Nuances. There's a whole bunch
They would have to have a retail location.
Exactly. It's like, oh, hey, here.
So a stand.
So they would literally have to write 2 invoices just to get it to the
I
customer.
wonder why nobody did that. Maybe you have to have
Because
a separate
it's a giant,
address. Or...
giant pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But
yeah.
it's
all
different now,
all you
right?
have to do is just go, hey, this is 1001 Fake Street, apartment A, and then like apartment B is the distributor, and then apartment C is the retail location.
Fake Street might tip them off a bit.
How do you,
true.
How do you know the address of my apartment?
Anyway, I don't think we've talked enough about this beer.
I don't think we have either.
Yeah,
Or the hop, the Barbe Rouge.
we've talked about it.
You know what? I'm getting very
It is not enough. I wanted actually. I wanted to get a bunch of this. I'm really excited about this one hop. I don't give a shit about anything else.
I know Ross was excited about it because when I texted him that I was bringing this beer.
Hey, you're getting that, right? Right?
Yeah, right.
Cutter.
He's like,
Cutter.
yes. Wait, did you get it or are you drinking it right now?
Yes.
It's like, so he was really excited.
yes to both.
I was like, I was literally 5 minutes from the front door of the bar here, and
the Bradley Bar.
yeah, the Bradley Bar.
I wasn't sure if we could get it. I don't know.
Yeah, even though I told him exactly where to get it.
Oh, I got to name my bar. I think it's going to be, well, obviously it has to be Casa, whatever the
Garcia.
my house, your house thing.
Berg
is.
de Joel.
I don't know what it is. Casa, Sukasa. What is it?
Casa Cesaris.
Berg
Yeah.
means mountain in German. Just do Berg de Joel.
Berg?
Berg. Does we
B-U-R-G?
call you Joelberg?
I could be the house of birds. Yes, about this beer. Yeah. It's really dry at the end, which is interesting. Like,
So you've said for the 3rd time tonight.
But is it watered
well,
down?
double dried. Double
Yes.
hopped.
I feel like if you said this was a double wet hop beer, he would go,
It's
this is really
wet.
wet at the end. This is wet.
Which-
It's very
No.
wet. It tastes like water. Like
No, I think
wet.
it's wet at the beginning and then it's dry at the end.
I guess if
Or
we do
what I would call having sex with Cutter.
macaroni noises.
I don't know what that is.
Well, yeah,
Are you talking
no.
about like boiling them?
No,
I was say it'd be
it's
dry at the
stirring
front.
macaroni.
I was going to say it'd be dry at the front and then wet at the end.
I was about to make a macaroni jewelry joke, but
Gave her a macaroni necklace.
yeah.
Macaroni necklace.
That's not what it's called. You know it. Joel's about to split it up.
We were all in the same.
You know,
Very
I
good.
literally am the only one that's 3 beers in, so I want to.
Yeah.
I do want to finish my
3.5 beers in.
thing. I don't think I've ever had a beer with the Barbe Rouge hops. I just in general, it's
really hard to get.
It's
in the States, as they say.
From what I've heard, it's very hard to get in the States, as they say. But
I heard that too.
So Barbara is hard to get. She plays hard to get.
Apparently, Barbara, hit us up.
So you said that added you said several fruits that it adds a flavor.
Red fruits. Red berries.
I get a ton of strawberry.
Really?
I don't get really anything now.
Yeah.
Really?
On my third one,
I don't get anything at all.
No,
it's like pretty dead end now. I know when at the beginning, yes, tons of it.
It's more of a tart red berry now. It's more tart than it was originally.
The nose has changed, but it's still like more red currant, I think.
Yeah, I can see it, but it's I still like the first like two beers for sure.
Red or
yeah,
tardy red,
Twizzlers
like
red.
Yeah.
Not the cherry, but the strawberry. Still,
yeah.
But
I can see that
it's very very light. Mm-hmm. It's a tad bit more bitter than I would like normally prefer. Now the first beer was like the perfect temperature.
Yeah, you get
when they're coming out of this cooler.
The perceived bitterness or
yes, yeah. I feel like it's got a little bit more of that almost pininess, a bit more. It's not,
I can see that.
It's not overpowering, but it's a little more bitter
not at all.
than it was the first time.
Definitely not. Definitely not West Coast.
So you're saying like third, fourth beer in, you're starting to taste the pininess.
Right, exactly. It's a little more bitter than it was the first two beers, but it's
definitely.
This is definitely a 1 for me still.
Oh yeah.
I'd say this is delicious. I really want to try the strawberry sorbet.
I want to try every DDH IPA that they come out with. Actually, all the old ones. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go there during the festival, Texas Craft Brewers Festival, and try their number 2.
When is that?
That's it's already passed by the time this episode comes out.
Oh, seriously?
So next year.
So you're saying you had a really good time at the Texas Beer?
It was amazing.
Check it
out in a future episode.
I got heat stroke 3 times, but it was. I still have 80% brain function, so it's still good.
So right on track. But no, delicious beer. Thumbs up. I won't give it an A+, but A for sure.
Well, it's 1 or 0. What are we talking about? This A+
1.
bullshit.
Like 1 solid thumb up.
What does that even
Between
mean?
1 and 0, 1 full thumb up, but it's like
all the way up.
If there was an F to A+ scale, it's definitely in the A range.
I don't know. What are you talking about?
Are you trying to change scales all of a sudden?
Because I've been on Untapped too long. And they have a fucking 5-star scale.
That is true.
It fucking fucks me up.
Yeah, it's like yes or no.
It's definitely a 1.
Yes or no, bitches.
The way I feel about Untapped, it's all like, I wish it was just like.
I wish people would say what it tastes like.
What pisses me off is that I wish that I would have just went started doing 1 or 0. It's like now that I'm already 6 months in and I'm about 200 beers in now. It's
5 or 0.
Right.
No, that would still fuck people up.
Like I'm on my own scale.
Because a lot of I don't know.
I'm not Tony.
A 0 doesn't deserve a 0 on Untapped.
Tony, I think is rated 40 beers and 35 of them have a 5.
No, that's Chance.
Oh, it's Chance. I'm sorry, Chance. Chance is giving it.
Tony has rated 12. I don't know.
Hey, I'm checking at your brewery. I like all of your beers.
5. Oh god damn! It must be amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't rated anything a 5.
Yeah. I think I've given 2 5s.
He has been very strong.
I've given a few 4.75s. I've given a few 4.5s.
Yeah.
A lot of mine are in the 3.75 to 3.5.
I'm not sure I've gone over 4.5. Can't be certain. I don't know.
I tried it one time. I couldn't get logged in the right way.
Oh.
Because I had to be at an actual brewery. I was at a club.
No.
I was at a club. I was at a rock show and I couldn't check in.
Brag about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to check into a place.
I was going to rock some Austin Beer Works beers because that's all they're serving. Austin Beer Works. And Real Ale. They had a couple of Real Ales.
Oh, yeah. Next Austin Beer Works beer, we should do some wet hop beers. I'm sure others do it, but they're the ones that I know do wet hop beers.
I'm in.
They actually they distribute their wet hop beers too. The Machine series, I think, or something like that.
Oh, Heavy Machinery.
Yeah, Heavy Machinery.
They're usually in pint cans.
Yeah, they are. You're gonna hate it anyway.
No, I've had it. It's not bad.
No, but you hate 16 ounce cans.
I was going to ask you.
I do hate 16 ounce.
But Matt of the Beer Museum, well, he works at ABW, and he did a wet hop. I think it was
And he took
IPA. I'm pretty sure.
Peacemaker keg to Dallas for a
Yeah,
wedding.
he did. I cut that out. But his was called Charlie Shine because for some reason he couldn't call it Charlie Sheen. They would not give label approval for kegs of Charlie Sheen.
Because he was winning. Oh, hey, Joel, you're stepping out for a second? Hey, Ross. Looks like you're 3 beers in.
I am. Definite one.
Definite one.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that.
What? I wanted to do this as much as anybody else. Probably
DDH
more than
series?
Joel. Yeah.
I guess if anybody else could appreciate an IPA, it would be you.
I don't hate IPAs. I do hate some IPAs.
We hate on IPAs.
Yeah, IPAs in general.
We, as
But
a general topic, IPAs, you and I do hate.
I've had good IPAs though.
I have
This being one of them. Also, Archetype and other ones that I can't think of right now. But I am not adverse to an IPA. But when a brewery, a bar, a tap room has mostly IPAs, I don't like that. That's not my thing. Give me something, just something
You
else.
contrarian.
A selection.
You contrarian.
You can have a good IPA. You can
What
have...
did you like about this beer?
Oh, well, first off...
Barbe Rouge.
Yeah, first off, super fruity. The aroma, just like I was saying at the beginning, it filled the room, really. I could smell it. I filled my glass, and I set it over here, a couple feet away. I could still smell it. It's potent.
Potent's a good word. I would agree.
Yeah. Overpowering, some might say. I liked it. It's a good smell, so
Clint might say.
I loved it. The aroma was just...
Tony would probably say, I love the Steelers and Antonio Brown.
That's an opener for me.
Just released Antonio Brown IPA. Anyway, no, but yeah, and well, I like Azacca. Ella, I don't think I've had anything. I might have, but I didn't know it at the time. But the Azacca really doesn't come through. But it's only 20% compared to the 40% of the Barbe Rouge and the Ella, which Ella's very floral. I'm not really a big floral person. Still, it really doesn't come through that much. The Barbe Rouge is the main selling point here.
I feel like, to me, that
I get a lot of that
floral
red
hops
fruit.
play better into the West Coast style.
I can see that, yeah.
But that's just personal opinion.
Yeah, no, yeah. Subjective. I could see that. Yeah.
Because most of your West Coast style hops are very bitter, and so the floral kind of plays into that a little bit.
I can see
Whereas
that.
like your fruity hops, I can
They
see
really
how
get
floral
lost.
hops can, but I don't feel like 40%.
Add like a whole bunch to it. Yeah.
It's like because they get lost or just dull down.
The fruit would really overpower it, or it would just like conflict with the fruit.
Agreed.
I could see that. Where this is just like red fruit, and I love red berries. Almost any red berry. I don't know.
Raspberry?
Love raspberry, man. Cranberry, even.
Bog fruit.
Barry White.
Man. Give me a bog anytime.
I was going to say, you know how you make cranberries sound unappetizing? Call it bog fruit.
Those
That
leathery
bog fruit.
mummies.
Yeah. Leathery mummies. Yes. I will. That's what I'm going to call craisins from now on.
Oh, man. But yeah, I love it. It makes me want to try
All of the
every. I mean, I can't go back and try the ones that they've already had. Well, except for Series 2, which they'll be tapping at the Texas Brewers Guild.
Full disclosure.
Festival.
Which Cutter may or may not be at.
Full disclosure, may or may not have been at.
Yeah, have been at.
I think Cutter will appreciate it more than Clint every day.
Full disclosure, it's I've seen the Double Dry Hop series on the shelf
Me too,
many
yeah,
times.
yeah.
And every time I see it, I was like, ugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I've been drinking a few more IPAs lately, and I knew Clint wasn't going to be here, and he was bitching about the sour that we wanted to drink.
I was
like,
thinking
I can do
IPA or
another IPA.
coconut IPA.
It's like,
yeah.
And Ross was really excited about this one, so I was like, yeah, sure, why the hell not? And I was like, I can see
we
the
wanted
draw.
to do a Tupps for a little bit, yeah.
And I understand that there's I'm going to shoot myself.
Oh, here we go.
Year and a half, I've been saying that IPAs fucking suck, and it's like they're all fucking the same and everything. But
A lot of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
a lot of the Austin ones are heavy on the mosaic, but
There's a Magnolia one that is too.
these series beers, I really want to start trying all their series beers.
I would like to do that too.
Last Stand just put out their Citrus Smash.
I would do anything Citra.
What about Simcoe? That's
I'd
West
drink
Coast.
it. I don't like Simcoe as much.
I was like, it's like they have
You
their
guys
Simcoe
do.
Pale
I know
Ale.
you.
They have a Simcoe Pale.
Everybody else likes Simcoe
I'm not.
because we had
I'm not huge on Simcoe myself.
at Blue Owl we had their Smash
No,
Smash.
they don't like to be
with
called that. They like to be called Bob. Old Bob.
Blue Owl Brewing. Yeah, they did their Simcoe Smash.
Yeah, they have a Citrus Smash too.
Yeah, we tried both of those.
No, we didn't.
We did.
We did.
Yes.
That's right. No, you're right.
The first number one was El Dorado, which they didn't have anymore, which I
Right.
would have loved. And then number two was the Citra, maybe. And number three was the Simcoe,
Yes.
or
Yes.
one or the other.
That was right.
But I like this. I preferred the Citra because I like the bright citrusy taste. You guys all preferred the Simcoe because you thought it filled out more. Maybe I
But
think.
it once again, souring is a whole different process.
Oh yeah. And that was completely dry hopped as well.
Joel, you have your arms crossed and not a hand on your beer.
I wonder. Yeah.
Hey, I'm
Is
taking
there
my time.
is there still beer in that can though?
I thought I poured it out.
God damn it, Joel.
No, yeah, there's
no,
nothing
it
in
is.
it. How do you know the weight of an empty beer can?
This is the weight that a beer should be. Oh wait, hold on. Tell me, it's empty.
Well, like earlier, it was because I was waiting for all the foam to go down, and I was like,
No, yeah, I understand that.
But that one, it was like, let's see. Oh, the label is so heavy.
Yeah.
That's how I drink my beers. Like I don't know how much there's
Very
in
slow?
it. It's like,
Oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, I like it, but it is. I'm not tasting as much fruit as you guys are tasting, and it tastes more like an IPA, and then really dry at the end of it, which makes it, in my opinion, makes it unique. The dryness at the end. But I'm not tasting as much fruit as you guys are tasting, because you've said several times different fruits, and I'm tasting any of that stuff.
To me, like tropical and red fruits. I feel the Barbe Rouge. I feel it on the tongue. It's
Well, you
like
never had it
earlier.
before, so
No, but the flavor profile it's supposed to give off, like the redder fruits. I got a ton of strawberry through the first two.
yeah, I can't see the strawberry.
It was literally like biting into a strawberry, like in the mid palate, like to me.
Yeah.
But as it went on, I got a lot more of the Azacca, like kind of the more citrusy fruits. But I'm getting a bunch of like grapefruit and like papaya.
Yeah, I can see grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sweetness in the beginning, but this one's warm now. 3 beers in, and let it sit there. It's a little bit warmy. Yeah,
You're
it's
a
a little
bitch.
bit warmy, but it's always been dry at the very end.
I want to point out that I'm literally over a beer ahead of Joel, right?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah, exactly. 1 beer. But like that's what I get out of it. It's a little bit the dryness from like the very beginning has been there, but
the dryness has been there for sure.
But the beginning, I don't get as much as the variety of fruit that you guys got. I mean, a little bit of
when it was cooler,
yeah.
there was a lot more complexity, a lot more fruit on it.
Yeah, for sure. There was definitely a fruit taste, but it still tastes like an IPA. And then you get to the dryness. It's very unique in that sense. It's like takes you through like a roller coaster. It's like fruit, and then IPA, which you expect it to be, and then dry at the very end of it.
was almost like a brute. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not at all.
Joel's like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's dry on the finish.
It's which is why I would think it'd be interesting if Clint had it, because it's a very stereotypical IPA to me, except for there's a little bit of fruit in the beginning and then dryness at the end, which is very unique in my opinion. That the dryness at the very end seems to be very unique, because I don't think I've ever had it that dry as opposed to when we had that chili, and we talked about it earlier, flavor from it. It's because it's very, it just sucks all the moisture out of your tongue.
Yeah,
almost.
I'm going to ask what might seem like a couple strange questions. Joel, you're single, correct?
Yeah.
Do you cook for yourself?
No.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Do you cook? You don't cook very often at all, do you?
I'll put it this way. I'm moving out of an apartment right now that I've been in 5 years. I haven't cooked in that apartment in 2 or 3 years.
I love to cook. And so that's why I'm able to
differentiate between these.
Like I was taught at a very young age, like, hey, here's a giant ass spice rack. Like, have at it.
That's not my parents. My mom cooked until I was like,
here's some comino.
14, and then my dad started cooking because they just got in a fight. My dad started cooking, and my dad's cooking it turned out better, even though he was just like experiment. He had no idea of what he was doing.
Chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
He had chicken nuggets, like store-bought chicken nuggets.
And then he was cooking macaroni and cheese. And then and he started cooking. It was really good. He used to over pepper and over season stuff, and now he's getting better.
You don't need much. Salt and pepper is what you really need.
Yeah, exactly.
But spices, like having a good spice rack, that can change, like, if you're fucking poor, like, it can change your mac and cheese from like, hey, this is regular ass mac and cheese to like, hey, this is Italian, or hey, this is fucking Wisconsin, or hey, this is this.
Yeah, but it gets back to the point of drinking beer is that maybe because my taste buds aren't used to flavor in different profiles, that maybe when I drink a beer, it's probably not adapted to that.
Anyway, Joel. Just down it. Just down it. Don't sip it. Just down it. Oh, you bitch.
I'm enjoying it. I'm taking in all the aromas.
Yeah, well, we enjoyed it like 30 minutes ago.
You don't take in aromas.
Yeah. You literally just, I've said that many, many times.
Yeah, I know.
You don't like smelling beer.
Hey,
you don't
Joel's
like the
3
smell
beers
of beer.
in, Ross. Like, Joel, what do you think of this beer?
Yeah, cool.
I've already talked about the beer.
Okay.
Yeah, but final disclosure.
Yeah,
now that you're
final.
actually 3 beers in.
I like IPAs, but they've gotten weird recently because they'll have
there's
East
a lot
Coast and West Coast and juicy and all this stuff. So like a basic, which is interesting about this is that it tastes at first like a regular IPA, and then it gets dry at the end. And that dryness is interesting because it's like you get like full flavor IPA, and then all of a sudden like kind of smooths out, and it's that dryness. And that dryness at the end is like, I just want Doritos. I want to just shove my mouth with Doritos down.
I don't think Doritos go well with this.
No. No. Everything.
It might be the opposite of what you want.
Perry Note. Wait, that's the number 2.
Well, it depends on what Doritos you want.
So,
Cool Ranch, spicy.
but when you look for an IPA, or when you're drinking an IPA, you want something fruity or beery or malty, or what are you looking for?
I'm more of the traditional IPA flavor.
The West Coast,
Which this tastes,
resin, hoppy, bitter.
This is what it tastes like. But you guys were talking about fruits. You guys taste more fruit. I really didn't.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm probably not like a expert taster like Clint is.
Yeah. Nobody is.
And Clint would be really sensitive to this stuff. But can we
It
talk
would have
about?
probably been too bitter for her.
But can we talk about the dryness? Like
Well,
but
it's
Cutter
like
was gonna say
desert dry at the very end, right? Like it tastes like you licked.
Nope.
my tongue isn't coated with. I like that. I prefer that myself. So
I'm not saying it's a
it
bad
makes
thing.
me want to drink more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Should we wrap this up and do the next beers that
we
we're
should
gonna do?
have. Yeah.
Let's wrap this up. Joel, thanks
Wrap
for
it up.
finishing your beer finally, so we can
Joel,
wrap up this
so
episode.
Joel, what was it
It's a one.
at the end?
One's all the way around.
So
Tupps.
one's all around. Yeah.
Hey, Clint, what was it?
Tastes like a pickle.
Anyway,
This has been.
thanks everybody for joining us. We had a great time.
Yeah, he
drinking.
sounds like he had a great time.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We had a great time drinking DDH IPA from Tupps Brewing. One's all around because it's an amazing beer. And Clint wasn't here. So...
One for days.
Yeah. Check us out wherever you got this podcast. All over the internet. Hit us up on Patreon. Yeah, hit us up on Patreon. Just type in that name, 3 Beers In Podcast. You'll find us.
Number 3, Beers In.
You'll find what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're on the internet.
Yeah.
3 Beers In the Net.
Free shipping on our website right now?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
For the next, what days? Thursday?
However long this...
It might be there when this comes out. I don't know. But, yeah. Check it out. If not, we can give you a code.
Ooh, I should get a shower curtain.
If you ask. I don't care. Yes, you should get a shower curtain. For your new place.
Yeah.
Joel, thanks for showing up tonight.
Yeah, I didn't know if you would.
Well, my new place
here.
has a shower and a bath, so I'll put the bath, he'll have the shower curtain.
All right, time out. Let's be honest. Like, it has a shower and a bedroom. The shower curtain defines the barrier, though.
Oh.
It's all tile. Again, it's...
Okay. Right.
It's really just one room.
Well, it's all golden, so it doesn't matter.
Golden showers.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for joining us tonight. This has been Cutter.
Joel's there. And this is Ross.
And this has been 3 Beers In. This is the podcast. Wow. Oh, wow. I forgot.
Yeah, you messed up.
And this is the podcast.
That. This is the podcast. Did you not want to say it as well?
Yeah, all right. Cutter, say this is the podcast. Look at us, and then we'll all say it at the same time.
This is the podcast.
This is the podcast.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know either. It devolved.
Cutter's broken.
Thanks for sticking around. You can subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Spotify, BigHeadsMedia.com, or anywhere there are podcasts. If you like what you heard, rate and review us on iTunes. Check out our Patreon. Find it at patreon.com/3beersinpodcast. Check out all of our awards. You can give as little as $1 a month to help us keep doing what we're doing. It really helps out, and we'll give you a thank you on the show. Or for a little more, you can remain anonymous. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 3 Beers In Podcast. Check out our website, 3beersinpodcast.com. You can find information about us and the show along with the links to all of our episodes and our really cool merchandise. While you're on our site, you can tell us what you like, what you don't like. If you don't like us, then why the hell are you still here? You should have turned us off long ago. But if you're just going to listen to us anyway, you should probably subscribe too. And if you would like a transcript of our podcast, write down everything that we just said.
This might be the best smelling beer I've ever had.
I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are the Super Media Bros Podcast.
Each week, we give a comedically informative take on movies,
Music,
television,
video games,
and much more.
Put your shades on and listen to all episodes on supermediabrospodcast.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Yeah,
Shades on.
we're off.